I am Dr. Lisa James, nutritionist here at Well Within Reach. I'm going to talk to you today a little bit about travel tips. So, traveling, especially when we're coming up on the spring and summer months, is very common for people to be doing on a regular basis. So, I'm going to talk a little bit about the things that I do that help make traveling a little less of a problem for my system. So, when I'm traveling, especially up to when I'm traveling, the stress of preparing for that trip can sometimes be the worst part of it. So I will use things like ashwagandha, something like Drenamine. I also have one I really like called Kava that just kind of helps me handle all the stress that comes along with the upcoming travel. And of course, the traveling, if you're traveling, like if you're in an airport, you have little kids with you, that is totally a stressful situation that sometimes that stuff is really needed to kind of keep you calm. So that's important. The other thing is that when I am traveling, whether I am traveling on an airplane or in a car, I always take air filtration things with me. I have a little travel one that I take either in the car or I have on the plane. I also have ones they're called Clarifions. I really like these. These are really easy to travel with. They're small. They have a little filter and fan in them. So when I'm traveling, I take them and I put them in my hotel or my Airbnb just to cut down on the air pollution or air toxins to help keep things a little cleaner. The other thing is that I always have something with me that's helping me handle radiation exposure, especially if you're flying. There's a lot of radiation exposure associated with it, not only of the x-ray machines when you're in security, but also the airplane itself. And then, of course, if you're at a hotel or an Airbnb, there's always Wi-Fi's and different things like that. So I like to take chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is a great handling for radiation exposures. The other thing I like to use is some products from Safe Connect Plus. They have EMF blocker bracelets. They have things you can plug into your wall that will help you, like in a hotel or at an Airbnb, that can help cut down those radiation exposures. The other thing is that when we are traveling, we are around all kinds of immune challenges. Whether we're in a busy airport or we're in a busy amusement park, whatever it is, you're around a lot of those things. So it's really important to keep the immune system supported while you're out traveling. The last thing you want is to be sick while you're out and about and not at home. So I love Immuplex. I love Gold. That's from Systemic Formulas. Those are really good ways to keep the immune system supported during travel. The other thing is we are going to be around foods that we are not used to. So you're going to be eating out, you're going to be getting stuff at a gas station, you might be cooking at an Airbnb kitchen, but you're still using utensils or pots and pans or foods that you just aren't used to having at home. So it's really important to have some digestive support, trying to watch what you're eating and minimize eating out and try to do more of the cooking at an Airbnb can help cut down on those exposures as well. So I always take stuff like multizyme and lactans and different things like that to help keep the digestive system working really well. The other thing is water. So if you're traveling and if you're in a city, the water that you're exposed to is going to be something that's treated with chlorine or fluoride. Okay, so if you're drinking it, showering, bathing in it, washing your dishes in it, whatever it might be, it's a large exposure, not to mention the drinking water component of it. And so I take water filtration systems with me for our shower head and our bath. So when we are showering or bathing in it, that helps cut it down. I always am traveling with a water bottle that has a filter in it. It's called Clearly Filtered. We can link all these kind of things down at the bottom with some more information. I really like that. So if I'm filling it up at a fill station, like at an airport, I have an extra layer of filtration to keep that clean. If I'm buying water, I'm always buying spring water. I'm trying to get a thicker plastic bottle as opposed to a thinner plastic bottle. And if there's an option for glass or stainless steel, that's even better. So the other thing is that when you're traveling, if you're going to a hotel, they usually have their own like toiletry items. Soaps, shampoos, different things like that. I always take my own stuff because all of the stuff that they're going to provide for you potentially is going to have some fragrances, some junk in it that are not so good for you to have. So I always take my own stuff. I'm talking laundry detergent, dish soap, anything that I might be using at an Airbnb or a hotel I bring with me. The other thing is that it's important when we're out and about to help with the issues with controlling toxins, to exercise. So most of us when we're on vacation, we do a fair amount of walking. So that's a really great way to kind of keep the lymphatic system flowing, give your body a break from sitting for a prolonged period of time. That will help kind of keep things under control. The other thing I always like to have with me is Antranex. That really helps with lymphatic drainage and liver detoxing as well. But the whole exercise component can really be helpful. The last thing that I love to get while I am on vacation is grounding. So, grounding is when we are in contact with the earth's surface. So, that can be our hands, our feet. So, if you're going to somewhere like where there's a beach, your bare feet in the sand, in the water, that component is super helpful to kind of release the negative ions and really keep your nervous system in balance, and helps control those toxins a little bit more as well. So that's kind of my list of things that I try to focus on when I'm traveling to keep things under control with all of the stuff what we are exposed to. Again, I'll link some of the little things that I had mentioned as far as some of the filters and things that I use while I am traveling. Feel free to get a hold of us at the office so we can help you prepare for your next trip, or if you have any additional questions about how to keep things safe while you're traveling. Thanks for watching.